The best way to make someone your friend is to make them a shitload of money. Let's forget
True.
that. I don't really give a shit how your kids are doing, like all that schmoozing and stuff that comes with it. You give us money, we'll make you more of it, and then let's be friends and let's develop a relationship.
From GoFounder, it's Business Knobs. Why is it called Business Knobs, you might ask? Well, there might well be a few knobs on the podcast, me being one of them, but what it stands for is Business No Bullshit. This podcast series is all about the trials, tribulations, and occasional successes of starting and growing a business without the Hollywood filter. I'm Eddie Whittingham, and today I'm joined by Lewis Kemp, where we talk, rant, and occasionally swear about all things startup related, in particular, the idea of winging it. No matter what business you're starting or working in, there's always a point when you've just got to wing it. For some people that comes naturally, and for others, well, that's definitely where they start to get cold feet and shy away from making those important next steps. But winging it is a perfectly natural part of working in a startup.
I honestly don't see the point in today's day and age of spending, doing this 5-year plan that's never going to fucking happen. Where do you see yourself in 5 years or getting knocked off by Kim Kardashian in the Bahamas? It's not going to fucking happen, is it? So what's the point of me wasting my time on it when it's time I could be spending working?
Lewis is 3 years into his journey as the founder of Lightbulb Media, a digital marketing agency in Manchester, and by his own admission, he has and continues to have to wing different parts of his everyday. In this episode, we'll talk openly about some of the classic misconceptions in the startup community, together with our own stories of how we've got to where we are today, even with a bit of improvisation. So do you want to give us a bit of background, Lewis, about how you've got to being the boss of your own business?
Yeah, it's I went to uni at Loughborough. In fact, I should probably start before uni, actually. I was one of them knobbers that decided to take 2 gap years. So
2 gap years,
yeah.
oh.
First
Hello.
one, very, very cultural.
Yeah.
All the lads went to Zante, Kavos, Ayia Napa.
Nice. For a year?
Pretty much just on holidays, yeah.
Bloody hell.
And then the second one, I just thought, I don't really fancy going to uni yet. So did another one. I ended up working in town, actually, at this place. And I think it was it started off as telesales in the city centre and then was email stuff. And then the fees were going up back in the day. So basically my mum said, if you're going to uni, you're fucking going now. Because I'm having that day. So I ended up going to Loughborough doing sociology. Fucking waste of time, full of birds, but waste of time. And then got a really good opportunity to be the comms director at this nutrition brand, being run by my friend's brother-in-law. And I thought, oh well, you're into fitness, this would be quite fun. So at this point, the only experience I've had of marketing is that email marketing, telesales and stuff like that. So nothing real kind of digital stuff. So I was like, yeah, I can do this.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? How hard can it be? That old chestnut. Dived into that, and that's where I kind of got started in marketing. That didn't turn out too well.
Why? What?
Well, essentially, I because it was a family friend, I did that kind of cardinal sin. We were going to launch all these things. This guy was going to fly over from the US. We're going to do sellout events at Event City, Reebok Club in London, Hale Country Club. Very,
amazing.
very fancy.
Yeah.
I thought there's money in this. And then me just trying to be a nice person, I said, oh well. Just pay me at the end of it. Obviously, when the money comes in, I know cash flow's tough. So I thought, I've been a nice person here. And then sold out all the events. The money came in, and I was like, oh, can I have that like 10, 12 grand, whatever it was at the time? And he's like, oh, well, I'll give you this like 500 quid. I was like, no, I'm owed a lot of fucking money here.
What? How's the logic gone there for him? That's bang out of order, isn't it?
Yeah, well, this is the thing. You didn't expect it because he's a family friend. So I was just like, but what can you do? And I'm one of them. Like, I'm not going to sit around and beg or anything. I just kind of said, like, look, if I walk away from this business, you don't really know what you're doing on this side of things, so it's going to die on the marketing side. So I just cut your losses. And at the time, like 10, 12 grand, it's a lot of fucking money for someone that's just
mate, it's a
fresh
lot
out of uni.
Yeah.
Been working for free for 3 months. So I was like, right, okay. That was my first sting, and I thought, right, what a bag of shit this business life is. I might go back to uni. I might go back to my gap years.
Go back to Zante. Yeah.
Exactly. And then after that, I just started freelancing for a little bit. I got a bit of a flavour for it.
I suppose good experience. Obviously, dog shit time.
Yeah.
You were treated like a mug, but good experience, I suppose.
Yeah, and you know what? I'd rather get burned at the start than never be burned and then get stung for a fucking £1 million later down the line when it's everything on the line. And then I started freelancing for a little bit. It was going really well, to be fair. And then obviously wanted to expand. Was skint, like just working from home, just thought, how do I do this? And then met a guy that basically said, why don't I kind of swallow your business up? You come in. He was doing a lot of financial services stuff at the time. And he said, I'll expand my business into yours. You can be the head of digital, we'll share it, we'll scale it. He had a big black book of contacts. And he said, if you're good at what you do, it'll work really well. And then, did that for like...
The old carrot.
Yeah, exactly. So I was doing it and I thought, hold on, I'm doing the same amount of work here and getting a third of the money. In fact, I was doing more work because I was doing the work of about 5-6 people.
Well, but just taking home what you were taking when you were freelancing by yourself?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, like he's an amazing bloke, really nice guy and stuff like that, but I think like we're just at two separate kind of avenues, going on two different paths.
Yep.
I wanted to go down more creative brand building, he wanted financial services and that. So I just
one's a little bit more straight than the other, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's like the people you're speaking to as well. I remember that in that business, like we used to go to these meetings and listen to these people, like financial services. You know that's like over 50, white hair. I've done this. I know best. I'm the dog's bollocks, and this is what we're going to do. And I'd sit there and go, that will not fucking work, Derek. Let me tell you that. But it's not my business. So
it's not. Yeah, you're spending the money, so I'll just do what you tell me to. But then you'll blame me when it's. Yeah.
That was it. You sit, you smile, you nod. It doesn't work, as we said it wouldn't. And then who's left holding the baby? Why does this not work? Because I fucking told you it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
No. It's your fault. Okay, sound. Yeah, no worries. And then after that, I just thought, right, I've had enough. I'm going to go out on my own. And then I'll just be really kind of blunt with people and just be direct, because that's how I just think, look, everyone tries to be quite traditional and salesy, wants to make friends with people. And I just think the best way to make someone your friend is to make them a shitload of money. Let's forget that. I don't really give a shit how your kids are doing, like all that schmoozing and stuff that comes with it. You give us money, we'll make you more of it, and then let's be friends and let's develop a relationship. But that bit at the start, I was just seeing so much wasted time.
That's every, I think, sector, isn't it? Like, I was in the police, I went into law, and like in law, you're not allowed a personality, or it feels like that.
Yeah.
You're kind of like encouraged to be a bit of a bot, a bit of a sort of brainless kind of personality-less, dare I say. And I think we see that, I see it all the time on LinkedIn where people are just sharing kind of fairly moronic stuff. So what gave you the confidence to kind of be you, like almost be kind of authentic and blunt and direct? Like, so it's not easy, I don't think, to be yourself, weirdly.
Yeah. I think, it was like, I do get like imposter syndrome, but don't get me wrong. I think I've always just been kind of like delusionally confident in that it will work. I will find a way. It might not be this way. It might not be now. It might be in 5 years. But I've just been delusionally confident in the fact that I know that I'm good at the bit that gets the results. Yep. And if all the rest of it is just noise, if you can't get results, no one's going to stay with you. No one's going to choose you. So start at the end and then start building it backwards. And I always knew I was good at it. So I just thought, this is kind of going to be the niche, because look at digital. It's fucking, you throw a stone in any direction, you're going to hit 50 marketing agencies. And I looked at them and we did the market research, and I just thought, everyone says the same stuff, like too expensive, tie you in for too long, and don't deliver what they promise. So I thought, right, well, what if we can just flip all that on its head and be like flexible, blunt, and just honest with people. So I just thought, let's try it. And if it goes wrong, it's all on me. And I've got, there's no slopey shoulders. Like, right, you fucked it up, back to the drawing board, be like everybody else. And then, just like, from there, it was just kind of like, just grown like slowly and got the right people on, had a few mistakes, like standard business.
Obviously. Did you feel like you knew what you were doing?
No, mate. I don't think even at this stage, like,
no,
I've never felt.
Because what are you now, 3 years in?
Yeah, 3 years into Lightbulb, yeah. It's been growing nicely and steadily, none of that crazy stupid growth. But I think at the start, like when I got for the fitness business thing, he was like, oh yeah, PPC, and I've never fucking heard what PPC was. Can you do it? Yeah. Google. That's the thing. And honestly, I went home and I just thought, what a great opportunity this is. So I went home and I sat and I watched every fucking YouTube video, read every book, went on every website, and I made sure that I had the fundamental knowledge to put the theory in place. And then that's when I realized that obviously theory can take you so far.
Yeah.
But practical application in marketing, there's no substitute for it. You can learn everything in the world.
Agreed. Experience kills.
Yeah. Absolutely. When the shit hits the fan, no one teaches you how to do that then. That's not work. That's glitch. That's gone to the wrong place. The budget's gone on that one. Like, what do you do?
But I think there's a huge problem, across a startup community about almost like you have to be this complete expert before you get started. It's like, Google's your friend. Like, everything you need to know is on Google. You've got to find it, which is a bit of a ball ache, I appreciate. And you can at least learn the fundamentals. So like you say, you learn the basics. Yes, that's not the experience you're going to need. You're still going to have to put it into practice. Yeah. But stop trying to like become an expert. And also you can't become an expert via a book or Google, but learn the basics. Yeah. Then put it into practice. Just stop overthinking it and just get on with it.
That's my issue with things. People will label themselves as experts, and I don't think they can be an expert.
I agree.
I don't know if it's industry specific, but with what we do, it changes so fast. Like, I can know something inside out, right? Google changes a fucking algorithm, game over. We're back to the drawing board, just like everybody else. So when people kind of, like you say, come out and do that and watch a few YouTube vids and say, I'm an expert at X, Y, Z, anyone can drop a few acronyms and sound smart, but then put some money into it, and can you get more out at the end of it? If you can't, you're not a fucking expert. Like, I think this is the problem. It's such a low barrier to entry now with a lot of things, and people with marketing in particular, because people consume so much of it, they think they know how it works.
Yes, that's true.
Consumption and actual delivery are completely different things. Oh, he's young, he uses Facebook, he must be a social media manager.
Yeah, he'll be able to do pay-per-click.
I clicked on an advert before. How can PPC be? And you're like, and this is generally, it's laughable because people genuinely think like, they know it, and there's people that
I've been to hospital before. I can operate on someone's penis,
and that's it. Like I always say that, and it's like you wouldn't expect that in any other industry. You don't come in and look over like your mechanic show and like, oh, fucking catalytic converter looks a bit dodgy. You don't. You just fucking sit down, let him fix your car, and then drive away.
Very true.
So yeah, it's been an interesting one with marketing, with it being so saturated, people coming in there, and then.
I think people obsess too much about that expertise thing anyway. Like, my background was police, then I went into law, and I did sort of fraud and corporate crime. At no point in that period of time did I really touch anything to do with cybercrime. Yeah. I maybe played upon it when I needed to say that I did in the police or I didn't, but I didn't have any experience in it. And then I started a cybersecurity business. Well, fucking hell, I didn't know really out about it. I just Googled stuff and taught myself. And then obviously you teach yourself the basics, then the rest of it you learn in practice, don't you? But there's a big thing I think about people holding themselves back for fear of that idea of winging it. Yeah. It's like sometimes you do need to wing it. That's the only way to get the experience in the first place.
I think is that like the fear of failure though as well, probably that's holding people back. Because like, what if it goes wrong? And it's like, well, instead what I'm going to do is logically, I'll spend 12 months planning it just to put off, trying it.
100%. Well, same as why people get investment, because then they're not going to waste their own money. But big time. Yeah. There'll be someone listening to this who I've had a conversation with recently who keeps delaying releasing something, and I'm like, just get it released. Yeah, exactly. Because until you do, you might be wasting all this time, effort, and money, and it's about getting it out as quick, as cheap as possible. Yeah. Because you don't waste your time.
The world moves too fast now. Like you say, all this time you're thinking about it. There's 12 other people doing the same thing. Yeah. And if they get lucky and get in front of the right person at the right time, you're fucked. Yeah. Simple as. So get it out there. Look at the data. As that works, no, come back, try it again.
And plus, if it is shit, then fine.
At least you know.
Yeah, and you can get on with something. You can focus that time on something else that might then work. Yeah. That might go for shit as well, but it doesn't matter. Just about
spend 5 years planning to build some fucking shit that nobody wants and nobody's asked for, and then another 5 years chasing some fucking relic for $100,000 to get it to the market. It's like, what a waste of time. Correct. Put something out. Do you want this? Okay, no problem. I'll go and build something else. I don't get it.
So you made a good point earlier where you said about your business has steadily grown over 3 years, and you kind of made a reference that it's not gone crazy scale like I guess you're led to believe by all the bullshit that's in the startup community.
That's probably by choice more than anything else, because like I said before, like if we sat and we told people what they wanted to hear, we'd be triple the size we are now. It's not nice for people to come in and it's their baby and it's like, look, your fucking website shit, do you know what I mean? Like, these images are shit, that's not going to work, you're saying the wrong thing, your product's overpriced. It's not nice to hear that, but it's necessary to hear that if you want it to work. If we just said, oh yeah, we'll give it a go for 3 months and then, told people what they wanted to hear and got money in, we could do that, no problem. But I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that and being one of those people that go, when it goes tits up after 3, 6, 9 months, and they go, why has it gone tits up? Oh, well, this. Well, why don't you tell us that at the start?
I completely agree.
I'd rather put people off for as long as possible, pre-vet, pre-qualify, and get people that kind of get who we are as well.
Completely agree. I'm kind of at that crossroads with the idea of GoFounder. So GoFounder is trying to help people set up their businesses. Now, I could quite easily do some of these wanky adverts about how to get rich quick, and you can, I scaled a business in this many years, and now look at me, blah, blah, blah. because that's what people want to hear, innit?
Of course,
and that's
it is.
the easy shit to sell. But
Yeah.
I don't want them dickheads. I want the people who
Yeah.
recognise it's a ball ache. It's going to take time. It's going to take hard work. You do need to be talented. You can't just be a fucking idiot who thinks they've got an idea. No, you're going to have to work hard and have talent, and then still have some luck to be successful.
That's it. No, people always leave out the last half of that sentence. So it's like, oh, I scaled a business to 7 figures, but I spent 6. Like, it's what they're saying may or may not be true. But they miss out all the shit that comes before it and what needs to go into it. And I think, like you say, people are just, I think we're just ingrained to look for those sound bites and look for it's human fucking survival instinct, isn't it? What's the easiest possible route for me to get the best solution for me? It's just human nature. So, obviously it's easy to leverage it, but ethically, I can't do that.
Completely agree. And it's about getting people to tune in. Well, and I think we said it off camera earlier, but, perhaps your blunt approach might be a little bit Marmite to people, but that's actually a good thing,
Yeah.
You're sat here and you don't want everyone to like you in a positive sense, because you don't want to work with every single person, because they're going to probably bring problems to your door a lot of the time.
I think it was at the start as well, when I was quite nervous. So it was like everyone does. You take on clients that may or may not be the right fit. Now, if they came on, you red flag, you'd fucking write off. But I remember going in and there's another some finance guy, insurance or something like that, and he came in and he was like, oh, I've been in this business and I've done that and I've done that, and this is how the marketing's going to work. I was, what the fuck did you ring me for then?
Yeah, I can take your money, but
it's like, well, I keep doing it. Oh, my son said that. Oh, your son works at Tesco, right? So why the fuck is he talking about PPC? Like, no offense to people that work at Tesco, but come on, stay in your fucking lane. Like, if you knew what you were doing, you wouldn't have rang us. So I don't get what the purpose is if you're not going to sit and listen. I'm sure you're amazing at insurance. We're really good at marketing. Let's meet in the middle here.
Yeah, help us help you ultimately.
Yeah. But it's just I think it's so important to pre-vet those people out now, get the red flags, understand what they are, and because they're like a cancer to your business. All the ones, and I thought, oh yeah, but they're paying us the most money. And actually, when I started doing this like time tracking stuff, the amount of time we were spending on that, and that's not even to say the fucking headaches that they were causing, they were by far the worst paying client. So it wasn't even about money, and everyone felt shit dealing with them. So it was like the biggest cancer to their business ever.
Yeah, it's killing team morale. It's not making you even much money worth bothering with anyway. Yeah.
Exactly. And all that time you're spending on them is time that could be spent with someone who just goes, right, here's 10 grand, I'll speak to you in 30 days. And you're like,
a client no one's heard of, but they'll let you get on with the job and do it properly.
That's it. They're the dream. And I think we got sucked into that at the start as well, like, chasing those big names on the list and stuff.
I spent months chasing some big names. Never got anywhere. And again, I was flying by my seat of the pants with it all, but chasing big names who are promising the world. And don't get me wrong, sometimes for some people they come off, but actually I literally fucking wasted so much time that I should have just focused on some much smaller wins and I'd have got a lot further. I must have wasted, in the business, I must have wasted at least 6 months just chasing bollocks, just pipe dreams.
You think it looks good on your website? Oh, this will look amazing, wouldn't it? I remember I was working with Marriott Hotels. I thought,
household name.
Oh my God, it's a bit of me. I bet it would be amazing. Oh my God, it's like pulling fucking teeth to get paid. Always paying client, fussiest. Everything was delayed, and I just thought, why am I doing this? Yeah. Why am I doing this when there's Dave over here, got 5 grand on the ball, wants to be involved with it. Everything, you're passionate about what he's doing.
And the results you'll get from him probably will change his business as well. Versus Marriott's, it's just like, we just need to spend this money and blah, blah, blah.
That's what I realise now, that actually that progression, if you pick the right clients, like watching them transform and go from, whatever it is, your 4-figure months to your 5-figure months or 5 to 6.
It's game changer stuff, that, isn't it?
Percentage-wise, yeah. And then, whereas, with the bigger ones, you're a fucking drop in the ocean. You're just another name on the supplier list on fucking 90-day terms that they don't give a toss about, and they're not really going to take in what you say. Let's be honest.
Other areas of your business that you would say you wing, what have you had to wing, do you reckon?
Winging, I think sales has always been a bit of a wing thing for me.
Yeah.
When I was at the old company where I was the head of digital, the owner was the fucking best salesman I've ever seen, mate. Honestly, Ice to the Eskimos, amazing. And I respected it, and I think sales is a massive skill. It's one that I've never thought I had or could have. I've always just been that as a marketer. Put stuff out. If people like it and want it, they'll come to you.
Yeah.
Maybe that's me being a shit salesman.
It
probably is. But my experience of sales was, I think everyone's been through this rite of passage. First ever fucking job, 16, 17. I looked online. It's like, a field sales rep.
Sounds posh. Yeah.
It sounds posh. That starts at 11 a.m. Sign me up. didn't realise that you fucking finished at 8 p.m. And I was banging on doors in the rain, being told to fuck off in council estates in Salford. And that was my first thing of sales. Like, boom, boom, do you want to change your fucking energy supply? Fuck off. All right, nice one. And they were just like, expect 99 no's, but you're chasing that one yes. And I was like, this isn't for me, this. No. This isn't for me. So it kind of put me off sales a little bit. But I think now, I think it is just a constant winging thing of just tell people the truth, whether they want to hear it or not. And if, they're on board with it, then great. And if not, then we've not lost anything.
Well, there's different types of sales as well, isn't there? There's a time and a place for hammering the calls and cold email and stuff, but you sort of invest a bit in your own personal branding and stuff like that in terms of just getting your voice out there authentically.
Yeah.
And probably makes the sales easier, to be fair. Yeah. Because the stuff comes to you, I guess, more so. You're not sat on a phone all day, are you, banging out calls?
Well, I think that's the winging thing as well. Everyone's like, oh, you need this fucking content strategy. And I know, we do content marketing. I don't have a strategy. I'll be sat there having a fucking dump or watching telly or just having a wander, and I'm just like, oh, that'll be a good post. I'll stick it in my notes. I'll post it out, and that's it. Like, there's no real kind of, oh, this needs to do this or it needs to funnel into X, Y, Z. That's essentially just me, as like a pissed up diary. Oh, that's come in, boom, put it out, and if it works, it works. And I think a lot of people get so hung up on, I need this strategy. It needs to be 6, 9, 12 months.
Exactly that, and that comes from over planning, doesn't it? And it's like you said, just effectively wing that. Just get on with it. It's everything you do. Just get on with it. Start it. Yeah. I think that's the thing that people don't do, and it's probably for that fear of failure. Yeah. That the sooner they start it, the quicker they might fail, which is true. But that's failure's not a bad thing. Let's just get on with it. Yeah, just put stuff out, and I think with content or marketing stuff like that, it's not as difficult as everyone would have you think. Like, put something out, if it doesn't work, don't do that again. Or do it again, but try it on a different day. I put stuff out all the time and it bombs, but
it's so good. What? Like you say, people just focus on the stuff that does work. Knowing what doesn't work is just as important as knowing what does. Yep. So you know where you're fucking wasting your time and your energy. So I just think getting stuff out and just looking at the data and going, right, well, that worked, let's do more of it. That didn't work, let's not do as much as that. That is literally all marketing is. It's just testing stuff and seeing what fucking fits with people and just follow the numbers. You know what I mean? It's easy to... I could put out a lot of fucking fortune cookie shit. Oh, dead fish only swim downstream or something like that. Agree?
Yeah, it's like, I agree.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. It's easy to put out stuff like that. And you might get a couple of 100 likes or whatever, but...
I wonder how many, no pun intended, but I wonder how many bites you actually get off that, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you put that out, you might get, say, 2,000 likes, but... I mean, fucking hell, I'm not going to be signing up to your service.
I would be amazed if that shit generated any revenue or any significant revenue with actual decent clients. Yeah. Like, because what's the purpose of it? I don't understand. It's not displaying your skills, though, is it?
No, there's one on LinkedIn the other day about good leaders. What was it? Something about Google. Yeah, Google has the answers for everyone who isn't a good leader or something along that. And I was like, mate, I fucking built and sold a business using Google. I fucking kid you not, every single bit of how do I set up my emails, how do I do any marketing, what is PPC, how do I build a system, everything was Google. Yeah. So,
mate, we do it all the time now. Like, for some reason, there's this like connect that people have between, oh, you're marketers, so you must be good at tech. You start dropping API and code to me, I'll just fucking shut down. Yeah. Show me an Excel spreadsheet, I'll just shut down. I'll just want to stick my head in the microwave when you show me stuff like that. But people just assume that because you're young or in marketing that it's all the same shit. But that I think that's the thing. I wing that more often than not. If someone says, oh, can you put this and plug this API into this? Yeah, of course I can. Give me 2 minutes. Just type.
Google.
Yeah, exactly.
There's the answer.
But I think you have to do that because people are getting so kind of, they want the holistic solution now. And I think starting a marketing agency, I spoke to other agency owners and they were like, don't try and be all things to all people. So we kind of niched down, did bits and bobs. And now it's becoming more that someone wants to come to an agency or a provider that can do everything or have people that they know that can do everything under one roof rather than, oh, well, this developer's in India and he's in the arse end of the Philippines and you're in Bulgaria and you're in fucking London and you're trying to pull them all together. It just doesn't work. Well, it doesn't work effectively to get stuff to market.
So you've seen that as a bit of a shift in the market then generally, would you say?
Well, the thing is, it's weird because the market shouldn't shift that way. It's like, being consumer driven and you don't want the people that are fucking jack of all trades. Do you know what I mean? If someone brings us
you don't.
SEO, I'll just be like, right, well, I know someone that's amazing for that. You want PR? Know someone amazing for that. But I'll put them in touch with the people that I know and trust to deliver. Yeah, because
it's almost dangerous then. If agencies like yours say, yeah, we'll do PR, we'll charge you $2,000 a month. Oh, right, we've got you in the local rag. Oh, great, nice one.
But your reputation as well, I think, travels fast. and people do talk. So if you do it and you fuck it up, then they go and tell 10 people. Like, the stuff that you're actually good at, you're never going to get a chance to do that because, oh, they tried this for us and they fucked it up. So I think, just stay in your lane. And it's dead tempting because it's like, oh yeah, well, I'll take revenue in wherever we can fucking get it. But, long term, it's gonna do you damage. So, surround yourself and get that kind of network of freelancers around you, or whatever it may be, or other agencies that like support you, get good relationships, and try that, because we've all been there trying to do too much or trying to do things that we're not that good at, and that's half the bit about winging it as well. Sometimes I'll Google stuff, I go, could we do this? And then I'll go, I don't want to.
Well, and that's it, knowing what to turn down as an opportunity, because I did it when we first started the cybersecurity business. People would come to us like, in fact, it was a good opportunity for us. It was like, we did cybersecurity training. Massive charity came to us and said, will you do some training in, like, it was anti-fraud and bribery? And I was like, well, yeah, actually, because I have got experience. I've got more experience in that than I have cybercrime.
Yeah.
And all we had to do was just apply the same things we were doing for the training to that new topic.
Yeah.
But it was like a chunky contract, paid for me to get the first office, get the first employee. So easy decision, that one. Whereas if they come to me and said, I don't know, will you come and do 3 months worth of seminars about it? I'd have been like, no fucking way, not a chance, because it just would have ruined the business.
Yeah, but you built and sold fairly quickly in the grand scheme of things, didn't you? Like,
yeah.
Like, there must have been people like doing cybersecurity for 10 years that have like, must be looking at you and go, how the fuck is he? Been Googling that, built it, sold it, and fucked off, and I'm still here grafting away.
No, and you're right. But again, that comes down to luck.
Yeah.
The bit that no one tells you. Like,
you wouldn't sell any courses on luck though, would you?
No, well, you wouldn't. Exactly. And this is it. Like, people don't believe that, and it's like, my sort of start and sale was very quick.
Yeah.
But it was just because I was right place, right time. We'd spotted a bit of a gap in the market, which was the whole training sector around cybersecurity was quite corporate. The established players had been around so long, say like 10 plus years, that their training was a bit dated, truth be told. So they were looking for like, oh, well, we need to modernize our training. What's the quickest way to do that? Do we set off and build our own, or do we just go and acquire?
Yeah.
And then again, better companies, arguably, than mine, but we were the right size, the right age, the right team, the right attitudes. It all just fell together.
Yeah.
Now, had they not been shopping, well, it wouldn't have been sold, so I'd still be plugging away on it.
Yeah.
But no one tells you that. Like, it's pure luck. I'm very, very grateful that I've had that slice of luck, because it's that.
But I think, like you say, there's so much noise out there as well of people telling you how to do stuff and they've never actually fucking done it themselves.
Oh, mate.
I can't get on board with it.
I used to get so many business coaches come to me and just try and sell the service. And I look at the CV, I'd be like, you've never run a fucking business.
Yeah.
So
Google.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Winged it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, we've all got a eat, haven't we? So fair enough. But I was just like, come on, guys. Don't try and bring something to the door that you're not particularly expertised in. Particularly because I think you can get that support elsewhere. Like, we both were on an accelerated program, and got probably that support from our peers.
That was great.
Which is, for me, more valuable than paying a business coach $1,000 a month.
You know what? It was good that as well, because surrounding yourself with other businesses at different stages in different industries, because, there was someone that was a finance expert over here.
Correct.
There's a well-being coach over here. This person's got a fucking software subscription service over here. So you're like, right, well, I can go in and try and avoid those mistakes that all these people may have been making or are going to make or have made, and just incorporate that into the business, rather than, obviously, when you start, like you say, I was just in a fucking bedroom, mate. I don't know anything about fucking VAT, employers, NI. I don't know anything about.
Like, how hard was
that shit,
that whole setting up your own email, so you didn't have like Eddie at Gmail? You wanted
sexy Kempy 69. Like, fucking hell, I can't keep going with that, can I? My MSN name, absolutely bossed that as well. Dropping fire chat on MSN. Oh,
yeah. What was mine? I had any WWF fans out there. Mine was Grandmaster Eddie.
I mean, I like it.
Yeah, it's not the best. But yeah, you had to set up, and it took me half a day to set up, but, well, it didn't, maybe not half a day, but an hour. Yeah. Because you had to Google it, find out. I've registered my domain. Oh God, how do I get an email on that domain now? But just Google it. Stop fucking around.
All that shit, mate, honestly. And I think that's it. Feeling like you're in the fucking wilderness at the start, going,
and you are. Yeah. But you just got to get on it. Every day, just do a bit.
At that point, all you're doing is you're looking around and you're comparing yourselves with other people, which is the worst fucking thing you can do.
100%.
Worst thing you can do. Or why are they doing so well? They've got a new client today. Oh, they were in the press today. And it's like, no. Stick your fucking blinkers on, put your head down, do what you're good at doing, get results, And then for us, kind of the rest came because we got results, and then they would speak to other people. Like we've never advertised, never spent a penny in advertising, ever. Everything's just come inbound. The whole business is 100% inbound, organic referrals. It might not always be that way. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But it's something that I'm, proud of. We don't need to compete with other people on PPC and be like, oh, did you mean to search for them? Get a fucking grip. There's people that are bidding on our name now, and it's just like, if you genuinely need to do that, that's fine. Take those clients, because we're not interested in people that just want an agency.
And it's interesting perception. I was on about this with Camera Dan earlier. We had a competitor set up the same time as us. I can't remember how much, but a few $100,000 maybe investment, and they were almost like a little bit obsessed with checking out our website. And a week before the rebrand took place, he messaged me on LinkedIn to sort of take the piss out of the quality of our clients. Little did he know the rebrand, there was going to be this whole swathe of new ones on there.
Yeah.
And all that time he was looking at my business as competition. I was looking at the people that ended up buying me.
Yeah.
So I was looking at the big boys going, right, how can I position myself where we'd be attractive as a purchase, or how can I compete with them, because that's where I want to be. Yeah. They're turning over $1 billion. That's where I want to be. Yeah. Not with respect to him and myself, we were tin pot operations in Manchester. Yeah. It's like, no, we wanted, look above where you are even. Yeah. Don't try and pull other people down.
That's it. I think there's a lot of kind of emulation going on, and that's where the imposter syndrome kicks in as well. Because every market now is saturated.
Yes.
Not even just what we do. Every fucking market is saturated.
I've got an original idea. You haven't. Yeah. Bullshit.
You start saying you're dynamic, you're innovative, you're disruptive. I can guarantee you are not. Yeah. Let me tell you are not.
I'm authentic.
Yeah, there is someone within 5 miles doing the exact same thing as you. Yeah. I'll guarantee you that. So it's thinking that how you stand out. And if you're constantly copying what other people do, you're never going to be kind of the first in your market. You're always going to be a replica of somebody else.
And that's what I always say when people are starting out. It's like, fine, you might be launching a recruitment app, or you might be launching, another clothing range, whatever. That's fine. You can do that. You don't have to be the first to do something. But like you said, you've got to find the way to stand out.
Yeah.
Ours was, we used to talk about making cybercrime sexy. And just daft stuff like pictures of computers with lingerie on them. Well, look, no one else is doing that. Yeah. So we're in a pretty safe space, because whoever's going to do that's probably going to then look like they're copying us, because we're kind of going into that and being a bit daft with it. So find something that breaks the mold a little bit. And you don't have to be that clever. Just look in other industries and see what someone else has done. Yeah. And nick that.
I think that's the thing with like B2B as well. That's the easiest one, because the fucking bar is incredibly low.
Yeah, mate.
It's so low in anything to do with kind of like financial services, professional services. They're just terrified. But and don't get me wrong, I get it. Like in our office, compliance is the C word. Yeah. And that's saying something for our fucking office, because we're all quite foul-mouthed. And I get that people have to be compliant, but it doesn't mean that if you've got 140 characters or whatever, that it should all be a fucking risk warning, because what is the point? Let's just not do it.
Agreed.
I don't get it. There are places you can put it, and there are ways around it, but you have to be, malleable with it. And we've done like work with SJP, and we'll send stuff over, and we're like, come on, guys, like, you're just taking everything out. It's essentially just a fucking risk warning. Yeah. But unless you get the right person on the other end of it that says, actually, we could do this, we could do that, let's look for a solution. Let's not just go, we can't say this. Right, okay, well...
Yeah, where's the middle ground?
Well, that might have been the case like a while ago, but what I'm absolutely loving now is the challenger brands coming up. Because then I'm sure 10 years ago they would have said, we just can't say that. Now 100%. They've got challenger brands biting their arse, taking fucking money away. They go, maybe we could say that.
Push it a little bit further, couldn't we?
Exactly, but it shouldn't take people with a fire under their arse. Like you say, the banking system with the challenger brands.
Yeah, now they suddenly want to be our mates, don't they?
Hemorrhaging fucking customers. And I'm like, well, what do you want to see, guys? Well, I wanted to see it 10 years ago when I was asking you for it. Yeah. And I think it's just giving people what they want, doing it at pace as well, and just being open to changing.
So I think that's a really good point you just made there. So I think the biggest asset you have as a startup is how quick you move. And I remember being told that and thinking, oh man, what a bit of cliche, but fuck me. There's so much truth in that, because these big organizations move so slow. Yeah. Like if they want to implement a new idea, it is going to take probably a year, 2 years, let alone months. Whereas a startup, like I used to love just going like, right, we've just got an idea, bam, done it in a week, just turned it around in a sprint, smashed it out, and then you've got something, you brought it to market. Now that's what, don't be sort of sitting around and wallowing. Get on with it. Like you can move so much quicker. Yeah. And you can even move quicker than the people who've been around 5 years if you're just starting out.
Oh, of course you can.
And you better than that. Like we were saying about sort of tone of voice and things like that. You could do a week's where all you do is F and Jeff. And then the next week, try a different tactic.
Yeah.
No one will fucking care or remember.
Yeah.
Just test it and see what works for you.
That's it. That's how we do it. Like, because everyone goes on about, you know, planning for 12 months and having this fucking vision board and having all this shite. Like, particularly what we do, it changes so fast that we can't do that. So anything that we plan is in 3-month sprints, because it's unlikely that something will change in 3 months. Sometimes it has happened and the interface has fucking changed. And we're like, where's that button gone now? That happens sometimes, but I honestly don't see the point in today's day and age of spending, you know, doing this 5-year plan that's never going to fucking happen. Where do you see yourself in 5 years or getting knocked off by Kim Kardashian in the Bahamas? It's not going to fucking happen, is it? Like, so what's the point of me wasting my time on it when it's time I could be spending working?
I agree. I think one of my criticisms of the program that we both were in, but at different times, we sat down one day and did a mood board. Now, I'm all for it, mate, if that's your cup of tea, but for me, it's not mine. And I remember sat there like piecing together this fucking mood board. I was like, I don't even know what I want to do. Like,
no.
Christ, I sold my business last year. I fucking drove here today in a Suzuki Swift.
Yeah.
That's not my fucking mood board.
Yeah.
But does it matter? No, bollocks. You just want to do something to earn some money.
Yeah.
Like, at the time for me, when they were wanting me to do this mood board, I was like, I don't need to do a mood board. I need to go earn 200 quid so I can pay the mortgage, because I'm fucking up against it otherwise.
I know, you can't do it when he comes knocking. You're like, look at this picture of this yacht.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah, I can pay you back because I'm going to have a yacht. Yeah.
And maybe it's just a character thing and some
maybe
people like come off it and they need that to fuel them. But like you say, it's those people that sit on Instagram all day looking at motivational quotes, fucking Gandhi quotes, and never actually just get their head down and graft and do something. You can read all the fucking quotes you want in the world. If you don't put your head down and do something, nothing is going to happen.
And that's the same as
exactly.
That's the same as all the books. You know, even if you listen to this, if you're just absorbing stuff, it's no good. You're gonna.
But that is people convincing themselves that they are still grafting.
Yeah, true.
Get my mindset right. And it's 15 years later and you're still getting your mindset right. And you've missed the boat. Whatever your idea was, it's been done 10 times over. So
and I'm guilty of it now, you know, like even with GoFounder stuff, like I'll be sat there with my laptop and I'll end up fucking around on YouTube for an hour. And it's like, come on, Eddie.
Porn up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Give myself a slap and get back on. And it's like, fucking hell, just focus. But we're all guilty of it. But if if you have that hunger, you will just get on with it and stop fanning about.
Yeah. And I get it. Like you say, the fear of failure, it's, you know, a lot of people from a privileged point of view, like, don't get me wrong, like we never had like much money, but, you know, parents were there growing up and, you know, there was food on the table, I was clothed. So it's kind of, I think having that privilege to, don't get me wrong, I haven't got any money to fall back on. If I fuck it up, that's it.
Yep.
And it's that attitude to risk, I think, which I think I'm really kind of fortunate to, you know, be this kind of young-ish kind of bachelor lifestyle thing when I started the business. I don't have any dependents. You know, would I take the same risk that I have now if I had a missus, kids, massive fucking mortgage, 2 cars, and the missus wanted to go on 2 holidays a year? Probably not.
No, exactly.
So I think taking the risk when you can, as soon as possible.
Yeah, in your circumstances. Or equally, if you are in that position where circumstances are a bit harder than maybe, for example, yours perhaps, but putting yourself in a position where you might have a better chance, because, you know, we all know those people, I can't afford it. Well, hang on. You live in a 400 grand house.
Yeah.
You got 2 cars on tick.
Yeah.
And you go on 2 nice holidays a year.
Yep.
So you could downsize, get rid of the cars, have a banger, and not go on holidays, and then give it a go. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Well, piss off then.
That's the toughest thing. I think when you had a taste of it, to come back down, and I had to do that. Like, when I started making money in the first year, I was like, right, fucking hell, all my mates have got nice cars. I'm going to get a nice car. I'm going to
spunk all your money on a nice car.
Mate. I was fucking Jordan Belfort. I was going out, and then I just thought, what am I doing? They're all just much wealthier than me. And then I just thought, right, I need to fucking reinvest. I need to reinvest this stuff now. So you just swallow your pride, take it back down, reinvest it, and it's worked. And I wish I didn't. Well, no, in fact, no, I wish I did.
I think you need to get it out of your system, probably.
Yeah.
Because you might have been making that mistake now, maybe not to the same level, but you'd have probably been taking money out that you didn't need to. And because that's the other thing I did. I just naively doubled down. I just didn't take any money. I just kept it in the business and hired more staff instead of paying myself. I know we've spoken about that previously.
Yeah.
Because I just thought, well, not because I was like, oh, this is definitely going to pay off. It was actually just that I thought, fuck it, I can do that now.
Yeah.
So the longer me and my missus can just hang on living off her wage, then the...
How's she taking this, by the way?
To be fair, golden, mate. She was exceptional. Like she, I think that what made it easier for me. So she was a teacher, so, you know, not on mega wage or anything, but she was fully on board.
Yeah.
So she was like, you know what? I recognise that if we just keep persisting, because, you know, I can't remember if we were married or not married at the time or getting married. And then we didn't have kids. I've got a kid now, but So we were kind of like, do you know what, let's reinvest. And then when we have a kid, at that point we'll reevaluate, and then the business, by some basic logic, should be further ahead if we've reinvested all that time, and then I could start taking. So had I not sold, when the baby was born, I'd have probably gone, right, I need to ease off a little bit, take a bit of money out now, because we can't just keep living off one wage, blah, blah, blah. But, got lucky in the meantime. But it was that sort of naivety of just reinvesting because I could. And I think, but we happily downsized our lifestyle to suit. So, we got married, our wedding cost us $4,500, which is unheard of really for wedding costs and things like that.
The bride style, that, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Well, cheaper actually. Not that I've watched it. But we we were driving a £500 bang over Corsa, all that sort of stuff. And I don't say that for a fucking medal. I say that because that's what we did. Like, and it was just about, we were happy not having a nice car and living in a house that needed loads of work doing and all that sort of stuff, because we took the gamble on the business, and it paid off for us. I'm not saying it would pay off for everyone, because statistics that tell you it fucking won't. But you can't have it all, can you?
The best possible chance, haven't you?
Of course you have. And you can't have it all.
Yeah.
You can't live in a penthouse apartment and have a flash car while trying to build a business, really.
No.
Unless you've got a wealthy daddy.
Yeah, or wealthy investor. Yeah.
And even then, you're a fucking idiot, because you're just spending money that you could be spending in the business.
Well, yeah, I see people do that all the time. Like you say, they'll get that into the business, and suddenly their lifestyle will change. And you're like, hold on, before you wanted to build
$100,000 investment on $50,000 a year.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, people have offered to come in, we'll invest in this, and I just thought, nah. Maybe it's because I physically cannot be like, don't like people telling me what to do. Particularly if someone comes in and they're 55, never fucking opened a computer, and they're going to go, all right, well, this is how we do a digital. No, it's not. I'm sure you're great at what you do, and you've got to a certain stage. But if I was ever going to get someone into the business as even like a Ned or an investor, it needs to be someone that's fucking lived, breathed it, know how fast it moves, and that is open to changing, rather than having that set kind of, this is how business is done.
And if you're in that mindset, I think probably like we have in common of like being prepared to wing it, which is, I think is a relatively good trait to have if you want to be successful, generally speaking. Having an investor can be a negative to that, because it's basically you're just getting a boss on board to some extent. A different kind of boss, admittedly, but you're accountable. Now, the best thing for me was not being. Had I have been accountable, I'd have made some pretty fucking different decisions. Maybe better decisions, probably worse. I
think that's the thing. Yeah, when it was just me toddling around, I wasn't accountable to anybody. But then obviously, when you get your team on board, it's my responsibility now is to keep them employed. That's their job. So like, they're the only people I'm accountable to. But in the same breath, they're accountable to me to obviously deliver results. Which I think it's that I think that's another massive thing that I've winged is recruitment, and just been very lucky in certain scenarios of who I've landed on. I don't know fucking anything about recruitment, mate.
No, mate.
I'm just like, are you good at this? Are you good at drawing? Yeah. Okay, sweet. I believe you. And then that's it.
You're hired. Yeah.
I'm shit at that. Shit.
Yeah. Do you know what though? You learn. I mean, I didn't use any recruiters. Hired all through Indeed, rightly or wrongly. On the whole, most hires have been not just good, but like mint. Like, I've been well happy with them. Yeah. Had a couple of duff ones. You're always going to get
nature, isn't it?
Yeah, but probably going to get a couple of duff ones with recruiters, to be honest.
True.
The good thing, I think, obviously, recruitment-wise, it just saves you the ball ache of going through it all.
Yeah. I mean, it's not something I'd ever choose to do. I think it's it's been a fucking headache. Don't get me wrong. Because you want to grow. Of course. And you want everything else to grow at the same pace as you want it to grow, and unfortunately, it's just not like that.
No, it grows probably, I don't know, at least 3 times less than you hope it will.
Yeah, 3 steps forward, 1 step back, and you're like, oh, okay. And then, I think that's the thing where it changes, and you are accountable to other people as well. It's that I think that's the difficult thing of having to justify decisions now. Before I could just take a fucking mad risk and go, you know what, we're going all in on this.
Yeah, whereas now you've got to think, I've got people's wages to pay, so I need to... Yeah,
so that's priority number 1, and then with the money that's left, that's the risk pot, essentially.
Yeah, and I think the bit that maybe isn't talked about enough, probably, and correct me if I'm wrong, but so you've got, priority number 1 is staff wages. Priority number 2 is risk pot.
Yeah.
But also your wages.
Yeah.
So that risk pot that you might be doing something a bit frivolous with.
Yeah.
Well, you're not risking anything else there. You're just risking your own cash. So the money that you might have been able to benefit from taking out the business, you're then spunking away. Because I did that. Spent some fucking stupid money over the years on things that I thought would work that didn't work. Yeah. But it never damaged the business. It just damaged my income, really. Yeah. Because that's the money I could have probably taken out for myself, but I took a risk with it instead.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, like I've just never really thought about it because I've just minimum wage the whole time from the start. I've never really thought about, I might pay myself $4,000 this month. Like, it's just never been a thing. It's just, it is what it is. Whatever your fucking tax-free amount is, I don't know. Like, anything to do with, there's so many things I'm bad at, mate. Honestly, like HR,
fine.
admin, sales, Excel, tech. Like, in fact, I'm not selling myself at all. I'm very bad at most things.
Yeah, but you're good at what you sell.
Yeah, the two things that we sell, like, we're pretty good at.
Well, that's all it needs, and I think that's where people get obsessed. Like, they think, or I thought, it's probably a fairer thing to say, I thought when I started a business, you had to be this fucking super business. I had to be fucking Peter Jones. Well, you don't have to be fucking Peter Jones. You just need to be half capable of most stuff, but then very good at one thing.
But you know what it is, mate, as well? The sad thing is, like, well, I did business at school, but then ended up walking out of that and switching it because we had this fucking woman, mate, business teacher. I swear, she was like the proper fucking haunted scrotum of a woman, mate, with a bob. Horrible person. And then I remember I was in business. I thought, right, this is it. It's where I fucking become the businessman. And then my granddad died or something, and so I hadn't done the homework, obviously. So I went in and told her, and she basically said, I don't care. When I give you something, I expect it done. So I was like, that's me, done. Walked out there, did biology, did that for an A-level instead. And after that, like, that was my only exposure to business, other than watching The Apprentice and Dragon's Den. Yeah. That's how I learned about business. Nobody ever tells you. When you got the first thing, it was like national employers' contribution. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? And why am I paying it?
Why is it costing me so much money?
Jesus Christ, all the pension stuff as well, and VAT bills and return. What? Nobody told me this. Why am I so skint? Fucking hell.
But you can hire people to take care of all that shit.
And exactly, and that's the thing at the start. I didn't. I was trying to fucking wing it and do it myself, and just trying to log into the Gov portal. Fuck me.
Yeah, mate. The Gateway ID.
Indiana fucking Jones, mate. Trying to get in there.
100%. Like, you get 100 different numbers to log in with, and I still don't.
Mate, I'm trying to pay you. Just let me in.
Well, funny story. So obviously, I sold my business a year ago. I'm being chased by HMRC for a VAT bill that I paid over 18 months ago. And it's like, you can't ring up to tell them you've paid. Of course you can't. You can't email. So it's just, even my accountant tried to speak with the debt collection company, say he's paid. Oh no, we can't speak. We have to speak to him. So I rang him, said, look, paid. Go check the system. It's bonkers.
But you get an email. There's a bottle outside with a map in it. Find the map. Fucking just
turn to page 144. Yeah, you've fallen down a well.
Awful, mate.
But you touched upon a really good point there. Is like, find the shit you're not good at, and find that out. Like, people trying to do the books themselves, fuck that. Pay an accountant. It's next to nothing really for what value you're going to get for it. Get rid of it. Yes, you might be shitting yourself how you can or can't afford it when you first get going, but do you know what? If you rack up a few outgoings, it gives you a little bit more of a drive to get going. Yeah.
And like you say, the amount of time that you would spend on it because you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, mate.
When I try and do stuff, and it pissed me off, I was putting something into fucking Excel or something the other day, and I was just doing it manually and entering all these things. And then one of the girls went, "What are you doing?" Click 2 buttons, no fucking thing. I went, "I've spent an hour on that."
Yeah, copy and pasting every single thing.
I spent an hour on that. And she just did it with 2 clicks. And it's like, you don't know what you don't know. That's the thing. And I was like, I genuinely like, well, of course, it's year one. You're tight on money. You're like, can I really afford that? And then I realised that, like, it was money I was investing, not spending.
Yeah,
it freed up fucking 40 hours a month of me to actually work and get clients.
Well, it's that classic. Yeah, it's that classic thing of, if your time, for example, can earn 50 quid.
Yeah,
you don't want to spend your time doing the £10 jobs, do you?
Yeah, exactly.
Simple as that.
And I think that's just my outlook on stuff now. And I don't know, like personal life, fucking I'm tighter than cramp, mate. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I only breathe in me in my personal life. Business is like, a software, what does it do? It's just a notepad. £1,000 a month. Yeah, fuck, I'll take 2. Like, I don't know why, but it's like, for the business, I'm fine. But personal life, I'm like, can I? No. And it's probably a good thing to have just to be
it is because it's giving you that balance at the minute, isn't it? Yeah. Because you're happy to take the risk in the business, but you're not, spunking your money up well in a personal life where you've got to take it out of the business. So it's probably a good balance to have.
Just looking for ways to free up time now. So if something can save me 2 hours a week, that, whatever your hourly rate is, put it to that, and if it's less than that, you're in fucking profit.
Yeah.
So that's how I just kind of look at things now. It's just how much time can I save by getting new softwares or programs or people in?
Yeah.
Where am I going to get my time back to get, the actual valuable thing is, which is more clients.
It's like you say, if you're hiring, you can do the hiring process yourself, but if that takes you 50 hours to hire one person, well, is it worth it? Probably not.
Exactly. Just fucking find people that are good at it and pay them what they're worth.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
So of the things that we're seeing online at the minute, I'm seeing a massive rise in the trend of just get rich bollocks for a start.
Yeah.
What would your kind of straight, direct, blunt advice to be to people who are thinking about starting out?
You're not going to get rich quick. It's as simple as, like, if anything sounds too good to be true, it is. I mean, don't get me wrong, you see all the fucking crypto, this Forex and all this nonsense. Like, yeah, it's fleeting, you might get lucky, but by and large, if you're fucking Barbara 42 from Barnsley, you're not going to be a crypto millionaire tomorrow. It's just...
Correct.
I think the problem is it's this age of, you know, nobody's patient anymore. Everybody wants that kind of view from the top of the mountain, but nobody actually likes climbing. Yeah. Like, yeah, but how did you get there? And, you know, is there a shortcut to success? Yeah, because everything's a 5-step, a 3-step, a 7-step, and it's not. It's fucking years of graft, mate. But it'd be a long fucking book, that, and you wouldn't buy it, would you? You want $9.99. I want to be able to read it in an afternoon, and then I want to be a millionaire by next Saturday. Yeah. And it's just...
Well, that's why I haven't invested in crypto. Whether I will or not, maybe I will, but it'll be more frivolous than anything. But like, I saw a thing online the other day. It was someone had posted one of these local kind of community groups on Facebook.
Yeah.
It was a dodgy link, but it looked like a legit news story. When you went on it, because I click on links because I'm security minded, obviously.
Of course.
It looked like the Mirror news article, all about buying this program and it guaranteed makes you money.
Yeah.
They'd staged this image with Holly Willoughby. Just like as in she'd tried it live on air and it had made this much money. Then the news article had done a review.
Yeah.
And it's like, fucking looked legit. And people, I think, are just falling victim of thinking this stuff's really accessible. And like you say, you might get lucky.
Yeah.
But
that's all it'll be. It'll be luck.
Yeah.
Don't turn around and tell me it's a fucking blueprint because it's not.
No.
You knew the right person at the right time.
And business is exactly the same. Yes, you can give yourself a good chance. Yes, you can get advice. Yes, you can, try and surround yourself with people who've been there, done it, or just in community of peers, whatever.
Yeah.
But there's no guarantee. There's no blueprint. There's no steps to success. It's like, give it a go. Follow some classic proven things that have worked for other people, but it still might not work. Yeah. You could do what I did, step by step. I could repeat exactly what I did, and it probably won't work.
Well, exactly, yeah.
Because the time's moved on now.
I think it's this thing about social proof as well, because like I say, every Tom, Dick and Harry's a coach, a consultant, a coach that coaches coaches and all that now. And you see these things online, it's like, you're doing your due diligence. It's like, oh, here's this WhatsApp message that I fucking sent to myself off my nan's phone saying, oh, well, I gave you £1 and I've got 20 grand. And it's like, shut the fuck up. I can take you from 0 to 90 days if you just believe. No, you can't. Let me guarantee you that. There's no amount of fucking belief. If I just sit there in my underpants believing that I'm going to be rich, nothing's going to happen.
Correct.
But like I say, people are lapping it up. And I think there's a massive saturation of it now. And maybe it is that playing on people's desperation that a lot of shit's hit the fan. A lot of people are out of jobs. A lot of people are in a transition stage where people are leveraging that uncertainty, naivety, the promises of quick gains, because that's what people need. It's quick results. And unfortunately, when we speak to people in marketing, when am I going to see results? Depends how much money you give us. It might be fucking 3 months. It might be, if you've got £1 and you're going to spend £1 a month, it'll probably take 150 years. If you're going to give us 10 grand a month, it might take you 2 months.
Yeah.
So it's, I think that's the thing. When you're speaking to people and you ask them like a quantitative question, if they don't reply with "it depends," they're lying to you. Yeah. Because nobody can pluck figures out of their arse and say, right, well, I don't know anything about your business, how much pixel data you've got, what your customers look like, but I can get you 10x. No, you can't. You're just fucking lying.
Bollocks.
And there's so much of that at the moment, I think. So it's just being wise to it, I think. And
I think that there is an opportunity. So for the people who are probably more sceptical, negative-minded, like my good self, maybe yourself, I think that's where the opportunity is, though, because there's so much shit at the minute about everyone's like almost getting obsessed with trying to get to the top of the mountain without doing the climbing. That if you're actually if you're willing to get going on your journey and start and just put your blinkers on, stop reading the bollocks on LinkedIn, stop comparing yourself.
Yeah.
Like, because, when I started my bit, I didn't really give a fuck what was going on. I just wanted to get on with what I was trying to do. So if you can focus now, now's the time to do it, because so many people are fanning around with pipe dream stuff that actually you've probably got a better chance, because people are distracted by this trend, which will die. It'll die away. But the trend at the minute, which is like, comparing yourself and social proof and everything else. So if you can just be that person to knuckle down, focus, blinkers on,
you
could do well for it.
I think this is the only thing, like the caveat to that now as well is like, it used to be that being really good at what you did was good enough. And like I say, people will talk. The problem is now, there's probably 10,000 other people that are, pretty good at what they do. Where people struggle with now is attention. People cannot leverage attention because, I could be the best marketer in the world. If I'm just posting to me 10 fucking followers, it doesn't matter unless you can leverage attention and get people to share it and actually get that initial kind of first interaction. It doesn't matter how good you are. You need to be given a chance to show how good you are. And that's where a lot of people fall down. They're really good at what they do, but they're really bad at telling people how good they are. Yeah, nobody knows about it, which I think like the kind of rise on LinkedIn now of, that personality-driven, humanized content of, listen, I don't care, I'm not going to sit there and talk about how good we are at marketing. I'm going to tell you about who I am and how we got into it and this knobhead client and this knobhead. And it's all kind of like pre-vetting these people.
But it's free as well.
Yeah, that's it. It's free.
Like the amount of reach you can get off LinkedIn for free. God,
it's outrageous.
Compared to what you'd be paying pay-per-click, it's bonkers, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely outrageous, I think. More people should be doing it, but like I say, everyone we speak to is, I'm just scared. Will people respond?
But please do the decent stuff. Don't feed us full of shit about all these Chinese. Literally don't go and crack open a load of fortune cookies.
Yeah.
We don't need Chinese proverbs.
Yeah. Have you seen this new feature, double tap if you're a nonce?
Yeah.
I cannot. Who's doing that though? Like, you see the Weatherspoons bloke?
Yeah,
mate.
£150.
Like,
that poor bastard in the Rolex.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
mate.
There's loads of it. It's absolute tripe.
It's just fodder, and that's the stuff that evidently they want because the censorship is there. And like I say, I've been banned. I know people like, Dan and Mike have been banned. And have you been banned?
Yeah.
So there's a fair few people that have all been banned. I think I said rent boy and got banned. I think someone else has said fuck and got banned. So it's like...
I got banned for networking.
Oh yeah, because you were connecting with people. How fucking dare you connect with people?
How dare I connect with people on the professional networking side? That is LinkedIn.
Yeah, and then on the other side, there's people that... these faceless flag shaggers that are just fucking openly racist, sexist, transphobic, all that. And they're like, no, it's not against the guidelines because you haven't sworn.
Yeah. Well, this last week it was giving out medical advice saying if you've got a bad illness, it's because you've had bad thoughts. And it's like, and I flagged that because that's irresponsible and dangerous. Oh no, it's not against community guidelines. Okay, so I can't say ball bag.
Yeah.
But they can give out medical advice that if you've got a terminal illness, it's because you're a bad person. Okay, cool.
It's just complete crackpot shit. And I think I put something on it. I was just like, look, if you're taking fucking medical advice off someone who makes LinkedIn videos, that's natural selection.
Yeah, true.
Sorry, but it is. You know what I mean? It's. I don't start going out there fucking talking about fucking plumbing or being a brickie, do I? Like, just stay in your lane. But I think that's the thing. It's that responsibility of people that have got those followings as to what shit you are spouting, because a lot of these people that lap up the fortune cookie shit are some people that are like quite unfulfilled, looking to belong to something and looking to essentially just follow somebody and will do whatever they say. So it can be a little bit dangerous, which is why I think I can be bitter that we all get banned for swearing, but some people are genuinely fucking dangerous, the shit that they put out, and there's nothing done about it. So it's one of them, isn't it? Do we just fucking build something new and better?
That's Lewis Kemp, founder at Lightbulb Media. If you've ever thought about starting your own business, or perhaps you already have, I'm certain there will be parts of that episode that have resonated with you. Winging it, as uncomfortable as it might make you, is a perfectly normal part of the everyday startup life. It's a rite of passage, something every single founder has had to deal with in one way, shape or form. But it's fine. You don't need to be an expert in every aspect of your business. Winging parts of it is okay. So, as someone who winged it all the way from starting their business to selling it, take it from me, you should stop worrying about it. Thanks so much for listening to this episode. You can subscribe wherever you get your podcast, and you can also find out more about how we're helping businesses get started without the BS over at gofounder.com. Special thanks to Lewis Kemp and, of course, to you for listening to Business Knobs from GoFounder.